to a close, we hope that you had a fantastic time working through the questions across all the subjects. Once again, we're honored to have with us for this function our chief guests, Mr. Shishir Joshipura, the CEO and MD of Praj Industries, and Professor Jayant Udgaonkar, Director of IISER Pune. Among our other esteemed guests, we have Mr. Ghanshyam Deshpande, President of Technology and Engineering of Praj Industries, Mr. Pramod Kumbhar, the President and Chief Technological Officer at Praj Industries, Dr. Ravindra Utkikar, Vice President of Corporate Strategy and Marketing at Praj, Professor Harinath Chakrapani, Dean of International Relations and Outreach at IISER Pune, and Professor M.S. Madhusudan, the Faculty Coordinator of Mimamsa 2020 and Associate Professor of Biology. I'd like now to invite the Faculty Coordinator of Mimamsa, Professor M.S. Madhusudan, to give us an overview of what went into making Mimamsa 2020 a possibility. Before we begin, let me give a quick introduction of Dr. Madhusudan. Dr. Madhusudan is an Associate Professor in the Department of Biology at IISER Pune. He currently leads the Computational and Structural Biology Group, or COSPI. Additionally, he's an adjunct faculty member at the Bioinformatics Institute in Singapore. His research specializes in modeling structures of proteins and their complexes. Moreover, he works on developing and applying computational tools to model intermolecular interactions within the living cell. Professor?
Thank you, Krishna. So for those of you who participated, organized, or followed the competition today, you will agree that it was exhilarating. I, for one, felt so. I whizzed from one room to another on this gather town, and my online avatar actually got very tired. And the gather town platform probably recognized this, and they provided me with a wheelchair. True story. You know, I didn't know how to get rid of the wheelchair, actually. Anyway, the work for this event, the 2020 mains, began way back in August 2019. There were weekly meetings the students held, and this is a continuing Mimamsa tradition and culture, to set questions and to make them challenging so that the participants can face this challenge in the prelims and in the final. And so the process is over a year long. And then in November of 2019, Praj Industries joined hands with us. In fact, on the 12th of November, our director, Professor Udgaonkar, signed an MOU along with Dr. Pramod Chaudhary, the executive chairman of Praj Industries, leading to technical and financial assistance for this competition. This partnership made, well, Mimamsa industrious. And let me tell you how. The preliminary round was conducted on the 18th of January, where over 900 teams participated. Now, to put this number in perspective, this is more than twice the number of teams that participated in the 11th edition of Mimamsa. Okay, and the preliminary round was held in 21 centers around the country. Several of these centers recorded huge turnouts, record numbers. And after the 18th of January, the Mimamsa team corrected and evaluated all the questions. And by the 6th, they were ready to declare, by the 6th of February last year, they were ready to declare the results, including the people who topped the different centers, followed by the people who topped different subjects, and of course, the 4 finalists: IIT Delhi, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, IIT Bombay, and IISER Kolkata. Okay, and these 4 teams competed today in the final. The finals originally was slated for the 3rd week of March. And by then, this entire planet had become a part of a very strange and macabre science experiment. The students were sent home and the event was indefinitely postponed. As the weeks stretched into months, it slowly dawned upon us that perhaps the 2020 mains was not going to happen, at least not in the calendar year of 2020. In all this time, we had harbored some hope that, some version of the final could be done where people would be able to come back and so on. And one of the major motivators, to keep egging the Mimamsa team on was Dr. Chaudhary, who urged us to consider all possibilities and see to it that even if it were to be a truncated event, that the 2020 final should go ahead. I must point out here that he, despite a very busy schedule, was always at these meetings and met with the student coordinators and goaded them on. In this time, however, the 2020 team itself had passed over the reins to the 2021 team. And some very hard work and innovative thinking finally led to the program today, which was a combination of the GatherTown, Google, Zoom platforms. And I already told you that I had a swell time with GatherTown. So the dates of the final was somewhat hurriedly decided, because of the uncertainty of when the exams were to be held and when the next semester was to start, etc., to make sure that nothing clashed with all of these other significant events in the academic calendar. The dates were finally set, and the 7th of February, almost 1 year, 1 year and 1 day since the announcement of who would make the finals. And having to organize this entire event virtually with all the team members dispersed to the far-flung corners of this country posed a significant challenge. And I'm glad that this challenge has been met and I think successfully managed, given the unusual circumstances that has been thrust upon us by COVID-19. The Mimamsa team, I think, has prevailed, and this event was held for a 12th consecutive time. And so I applaud the 2020 and the 2021 teams for having pulled this off. Very well done. Many people played significant roles in pulling this off, and I cannot possibly name all of them here. For Mimamsa, teams are usually very large, typically involving 100 plus students of ISER Pune. But I would like to mention a few names here. Tanuj and Lokamrut are the 2020 Mimamsa team coordinators and their team. Arvind, Vishal and others have taken over the reins for the 2021 edition. A special mention to Shubhangi Vankade for his diligence and showing our students how to deal with such events and how to manage partnerships and events professionally. The ISER administration from the director downwards have always been very supportive. And now with Praj's involvement, Mimamsa is set to grow to newer heights. Of this, I'm very sure. So congratulations to the participants. I hope you had as much fun as the Mimamsa team has had in making these questions. But before I finish, I'd like to dwell a little into the history of this competition to put things in perspective now that we've reached a milestone of, a dozen years and the first time this has been sponsored. The idea was first conceived by my good friend and colleague, Iit Delhi. This was way back in 2008. ISER was a fledgling institution, all of 1 year old. And Iit wanted to have some big event to put ISER on the map, as it were, and to give the students a sense of purpose. Of course, this was lapped up very enthusiastically, and it has evolved into what it is right now and sustained itself to become a premier science competition of this country. And you would have noticed that throughout I've been saying science competition, because every time someone calls it a quiz, I wince a little bit, because quizzes traditionally tests memory, rote memorization. And Mimamsa is anything but that. Mimamsa, as the name from Sanskrit suggests, is all about trying to use critical thinking, analysis, reasoning to try and figure out solutions to problems. It is how science is meant to be done. Subsequent to Iit, my other colleagues, Anirban, Diganta, Saurabh, Chandrashil, and Nirja have helped shape students into what Mimamsa has become, a prestigious national science event. Though faculty members such as myself play very nominal roles in this process, I want to reiterate that this entire competition is completely conceived of and created by the students of ISER, and I'm very proud that even a global pandemic couldn't bend its urgency. Now more than any time else, we need to rely on science for our well-being and survival. And for me, Mimamsa and the spirit of Mimamsa provides the impetus for us to think of such a new future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that trip down memory lane and like giving hope for the future. And now we come to the moment that everyone has been waiting for, the announcement of the results. I'd like to call upon our chief guest, Mr. Shishir Joshipura, to announce the winners of Praj Mimamsa 2020. Before we do that again, just a quick introduction of Mr. Joshipura. He has a degree from BITS Pilani in mechanical engineering and an advanced management program from Harvard Business School. He started his journey as an engineer in Thermax, led the cooling and heating business, and then moved on to the CEO of SKF India in 2009. And from April 2019, he has been the CEO, and 2018, he has been the CEO and MD of Praj Industries, a Pune-based industrial biotech company. He was named as one of the most valuable CEOs of India by Business World and India's 100 top CEOs in business today, both in the year 2013. Mr. Joshipura?
Thank you, Krishna. So we have, I'm sure all of you guys have spent a lot of time with the knots in the stomach now, and we are at that final moment which everybody has been waiting for. So I'm very, very happy to announce, to me, all of you guys are winners. But as the system goes, there has to be a rank. So the third runner-up for the competition is ISER Kolkata. Congratulations. All right, then we move on to the second runners-up. And the second runner-up for the competition is very close to city of Pune, is IIT Bombay. That now leaves us, who is the winner then? Is it the north of the country or the south? Doesn't matter, we are still part of India. And to my mind, and this is a science competition, so the winners are Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Congratulations, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore.
Thank you, Mr. Joshipura. Here we have the final scores. So out of 100, we've scaled each of the subjects. So IISc have scored a whopping 51.5 out of 100. IIT Bombay and IIT Delhi very close together, one at 44.125 and one at 42.75. And IISer Kolkata fourth with 29.75. But considering the fact that there were 900 teams that registered for Mimamsa and you guys are the top 4, and that in itself is such an absolutely incredible achievement to be among the top 4 undergraduate science teams in such a highly competitive program. So congrats, everyone.
Hi, Krishna. Would you please announce the names of the team members from IISc Bangalore and
Sure,
probably...
Sure, we're just going to do that in a moment. We're going to do that in a moment. We're coming to that. Tanuj? Yeah, so here we have the placements. Okay, we now move on to the distribution of e-certificates, once again by our chief guest, Mr. Joshipura. And here we'll be calling up each of the team members to come and collect a certificate. So.
All right, so we are all set now to, as Ravindra asked, to announce the name and invite the budding future scientists and future of many of the architects of the future of the nations now to step up and receive their very, very well-deserved certificates. So first, third runner-up team from ISER Kolkata. So may I please call upon the team from ISER Kolkata to step up. and accept their certificate.
Hello.
Krishna, you going to show the certificate, or should I announce the name and then you will show? How will you do it?
Tanuj?
You'll announce it first and then we'll move on.
All right. So let us give a big round of applause to a team of Atharva Paranjape.
Yes, sir.
Atharva from Kolkata. Please come and accept this.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
We should see you. We are not able to see you. Atharva,
All right,
we should
all
see the
right.
beaming spine. Yeah,
All
of
right.
course. It's okay.
Hi.
All of us had the same hostel room, so don't worry.
All right.
Very good. Congratulations and well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, Atharva. Congratulations to him also. Then we have the next name from Aizer, Kolkata. Choi.
I'm here. Thank you.
All right, Priyanuj. Yes, there you are. Congratulations and well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Priyanuj. Then we have the next in line is Anirudh Deepak Deshpande from Aizer, Kolkata.
Yeah.
Anirudh,
you,
yes, congratulations. Very well done.
Thank you, sir.
And the fourth member, not last but not the least, Disha Hegde from Aizer, Kolkata.
Thank you, sir.
Disha, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
All right. We then move on to the second runner-up team from IIT Mumbai. Nishant Abhangi from IIT Mumbai. Nishant.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Nishant. All the best. Then we have Nishant's colleagues, Vibhav Agarwal.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Vibhav, thank you. All the best. And then we have Harshit Gupta.
Sir, I think Harshit is not here.
Okay. So maybe you guys will take it and let him know. And then we have Pradipta Parag Bora.
Hello, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, Pradipta, all the best. Do well.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Then we move on to the team that I did not actually announce, but which was the first runner-up, IIT Delhi. And Shaurya Sakit Jaina. Shaurya Sakit Jaina, yes.
Thank you, sir.
Shaurya Sakit. That's a lovely name, Shaurya. What does it mean?
Like Shaurya means bravery, so Shaurya Sikh means like full of bravery.
Full of one who's full of wisdom. Very nice. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
We then have Siddhan Chaudhary from IIT Delhi.
Hello, sir. Yeah.
Hello, Siddhan.
Hello, sir.
Hi. You're not able to switch on a video?
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah.
Yeah, we should be able to see the future of this country, no?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Not just hear you guys. Okay, all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Then we move to the next member of the team, Himanshu Gaurav Singh.
Sir, he's not here because he was sick and he could not attend half the competition.
Please wish him a very speedy recovery and please do congratulate him.
Sir, I'd like to add a note here. Basically, during the middle of the competition, so actually as the competition was going on, in the middle, he had a high fever today. And despite that, he was attending the quiz. He finished half of Deep Thought, after which he said he wouldn't be able to contribute as much. And then he had left. So a special mention here to him.
Yeah, that's great to show that spirit and also have the presence of mind to ensure that the team is not dragged down. Fantastic. So please do convey to him a very speedy recovery message, as well as a sincere appreciation for his spirit. All right, then we move to the next member of IIT Delhi, Navneel Singhal.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yes, Navneel.
Hello, sir.
Very good. All the best. All the best and very well done. All right. So so IIT Delhi was a bit like an Indian cricket team in Australia, right? When an injured member, you guys still managed to pull it off. Fantastic. Yeah. All right. Then we move on to the winners of today, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Please welcome Aditya Basu.
Aditya.
Aditya, are you there? All right. Then let's call on by the time he joins in, maybe we can get to the next member. Aritra Chatterjee from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore.
Yeah, hi, sir.
Oh, Aritra, I was thinking that you guys are already out celebrating already.
No, sir.
Welcome and all the best and congratulations. Fantastic. All right. Then we have Soumyadeep Bhattacharjee from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Soumyadeep.
I can see his name. He's muted.
He's not there?
I can see him. He's there.
All right.
Okay. He's muted.
Soumyadeep? Soumyadeep?
His face is there. Your mic is not working, Soumyadeep.
Okay. Then we move to the fourth member of the team, Anthony James.
Thank you, sir.
Anthony, congratulations. Congratulations. Very well done. And I'm sure that your institute is celebrating and you guys can break into dance or whatever that you can do today. Is the institute working or still from home?
From home, sir.
Home. Okay. Then you'll have to do a virtual party then. All the best. Do very well. Thank you so much. So it's been a great honor to present this awards to you guys. I'm sure one fine day when I've retired and I hang my feet and I'll read one of your names and say, oh, wow, these guys were there in Mimamsa winning, and I had the privilege to give this honor today that you guys have so deservedly won. Thank you so much, and I'll hand it over back to Harsh.
Thank you, Mr. Joshipura. Of course, this event would not have been possible without the innumerable students and professors behind the scenes making Mimamsa a reality. I'd now like to roll the end credits to name the people under whose capable hands Mimamsa 2020 came to life. So we'd like to express our sheer gratitude for all the guidance and support from Dr. Chaudhary, the Executive Chairman of Praj Industries, and Professor Jayant Udgaonkar, our Director. We'd also like to extend honorary mentions to Mr. Shishir Joshipura, the CEO and MD of Praj, Mr. Ghanshyam Deshpande, President of Technology and Engineering at Praj, and Mr. Pramod Kumar, President and Chief Technology Officer of Praj Matrix R&D. Also, we'd like to extend special thanks from the Praj team, Dr. Ravindra Utkikar, Vice President for Corporate Strategy and Marketing, and Mr. Sandeep Kandale, Assistant Manager of Corporate Marketing and Strategy at Praj. From ICER side, we'd like to thank Professor Harinath Chakrapani, Dean of International Relations and Outreach, Mrs. Shubhangi Wankede, Principal Technological Officer of Endowment and Outreach at ICER, and Ms. Pranali Patil, Technical Assistant of Science Communication at ICER. And of course, our faculty coordinator, Dr. Madhusudan MS, Associate Professor of Biology at ICER. Then our judges who looked into the questions, made sure they were correct, and checked the answers that were submitted. For mathematics, we had Dr. Tejas Kalelkar, assistant prof, and Dr. Vivek Mohan Malik, also an assistant prof. For physics, we had Dr. Rajiv S. Bhalerao, professor of physics, Dr. Vijay Kumar Agarwala, assistant professor of physics, and Dr. Srijit GJ, assistant professor of physics. Moving on. Moving on to chemistry, we had Dr. Sudha Rajamani, associate professor and deputy chair of biology, and Dr. Nirmalya Ballav, associate professor of chemistry. And finally, biology, we had Dr. Richa Rekhi, associate professor of biology, Dr. Raghav Rajan, assistant professor of biology, Dr. Anand Krishnan, Inspire faculty in biology, and Dr. Deepak Parwa, associate professor of biology. I'd now like to pass on the reins to the GCs, the general coordinators of Mimamsa 2020, Lokamrut and Tanuj, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Hello, am I audible?
Hello, everyone.
Hello, so this is Tanuj and that was Lokamrut.
Yeah, hello.
Lokamrut is sick, so I'd like to speak on the behalf of both of us. So here goes. So this was a turbulent year, and yet we had a lot of people who stood by us and helped us achieve what we have till now. So for the start of it, we would like to express our gratitude to Dr. Pramod Chaudhary and Professor Jayant Udgaonkar. They gave us their precious time throughout the 12th edition of Mimamsa, understood our vision and the event, and yet they gave us great insights and ideas to make the event better. There have been some vital links holding together the structure of Mimamsa to make sure everything is streamlined and in process. We would like to thank all of them here. To start with, Professor Harinath Chakrapani, Dean IRO ISER Pune, Dr. Ravindra Udkikar, Vice President Corporate Strategy and Marketing Praj, and Mrs. Subhangi Wankere, Principal Technical Officer, Endowment and Outreach ISER Pune. They have been there for us from day one and have been a vital cog in handling several responsibilities related to the organization of the event. Special thanks to Mr. Sandeep Kandle and Ms. Pranali Patel as well. Now I'd like to move on to the finalists who've been enduring for this event for over a year, and yet they have participated with enthusiasm and joy. Similarly, we'd like to extend that thanks to all the participants in prelims, and we hope that they have taken something back from attempting the quiz. Moreover, we'd like to thank each member who's been crucial to the event's transition to remote mode. Without their effort over the last few months, today's event could not have been conducted as effortlessly as it happened. So Mimamsa has been going on for 12 years. One thing that has always remained the same is the general populace. So it's impossible to have Mimamsa if not for the effort and time put in by all the students and faculty members of ISER Pune. They have spent their weeks, every week throughout both the semesters, showing up every week, discussing and encouraging many students, the juniors, the faculty itself, the newer faculties, to have to develop the culture of Mimamsa at the campus. We would like to thank all of them for their extended love and support throughout the years. So our core team, the Mimamsa 2020 core team, comprised of both organization and question-making team heads. The least we can do is thank them all individually. I'd like to thank Aditya, Vishal, Arvind, Shivani, Vikram, Ipsa, Aharna, Abhinav, Shivangi, Varun, Shreyash, and Tushar. They have wonderfully trusted us in leading the event and have poured in all their intellect, passion, time, and energy at every stage of Mimamsa. Earlier this year, the 2021 team took over from where we left and have worked their socks off to make this event possible. We have nothing but high hopes that they'll do an excellent job at taking Mimamsa further in the future. We thank and wish them the whole 2021 team a big success. Last but not least, our faculty coordinator, Dr. Madhusudan. He has always been there for us and has given us some of his most crucial time in the most difficult of times. We cannot thank him enough for his directions and support throughout the event and further. He has accepted the role to be the faculty coordinator for the next edition, and we are sure that he'll be as rock solid as he has been for the last 3 years. We would like to thank everyone who has ever been involved in Mimamsa in some fashion and has made contribution. We look forward to see Praj Mimamsa gaining ever more prominence in the future. That will be it for me. Now I'd like to hand it over to Arvind, the General Coordinator for Mimamsa 2021, who would close the event. Thank you.
Thank you, one and all. Good evening, everyone. So, thank you, Tanuj. And this has been truly a very unique experience for all of us in conducting what was a prestigious event for every ICER Pune student, and in a different format than usual, sorry for the disturbance, but yeah, I'm very sorry for the disturbance, but yes, we'll resume. So yeah, I as the general coordinator, I'm very thankful to my whole team who has helped us despite being disconnected from every part of the country to be able to pull off such an event into such a coordinated day-long event with various issues where like not being able to discuss one-to-one, the question making coordinators, the organization coordinators, department coordinators. I'd like to thank them everyone, and I'd like to pass a note here that the seasons shall go on, and the next edition of Mimamsa, which is the Mimamsa 2021, has the registrations for Mimamsa 2021 has begun, and registrations are going on. We'd like everyone to visit our website to check out what we do, what we are, and please do tell all of everyone to register for this wonderful event. And this year, since due to the COVID issues and everyone having to be from their homes, we have the preliminary stages also converted into online. We hope that the later stages of the event will happen on campus. And with that, I'd like to thank everyone and for Praj Industries who are continually supporting us. And thank you one and all for attending this event. And thank you finalists for like changing to this mode of quizzing, accepting this mode. And this has truly been a unique experience and a very heartwarming experience for all of us. And we hope this just continues. Thank you all. Thank you.
I would like now to declare that 2020 Mimamsa is over. I would like to thank all the participants and everyone involved in the team. Congratulations to ISC Bangalore, and that will be it. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much.
Guys, quick optional surprise. If you guys are still on Gather Town, if you want to pose for a group photo, come to the beach front as a kind of souvenir of Mimamsa 2020.